clip this, so I have to hold this. I apologize. It's not terribly professional. But so I am actually going to do a speech honoring my grandmother, who has not passed and is not having a birthday necessarily, but she has had a big impact on me. So this is what this is all about. As many of you may have experienced, I had a life event happen to me that forced me to kind of go down the path of soul searching and asking the big questions of what's it all about and why am I here and what's the point of all of this. And it was in one of these modes that I realized that there was this little thing called intuition that was really poking at me and said, you know, you need to go talk to your grandmother. Kind of one of those things. I was like, okay, I better go talk to your grandmother. She has something to tell me. My grandma and I are very close. I'm her namesake. Well, I have her namesake, so pretty important thing for me. She's a pillar of insight. A lot of great things have happened because of her in my life. And so I made it to her house on one Saturday morning and was helping her with some projects and chatting, and eventually she said what I thought I was looking for. It came to light, and it was just in the middle of a conversation, but she said, you know, Ange, if I didn't do at least one kind thing for at least one person every day, I just wouldn't be happy with myself. And I knew instantly that that was the message that I needed to hear. And the reality is that my grandparents, and I lump my grandpa in here too because he's by default just a really great guy and lives and does a lot of great things for a lot of people, but my grandmother probably does about 50 kind things for 50 people every day. They're known as the cookie grandma and grandpa in their neighborhood. This still happens today. They probably have about 35 kids that come to their door every single day and get a cookie. And this is something that is, you know, I don't think it would happen in my neighborhood. I probably wouldn't send my kids out to some stranger's house and do that. And as a result, they have extended family beyond ours. And that's really pretty impressive. So what I wanted to do to honor them, this was back in 2009, is I wanted to create a project that put this mantra into motion. So I created 1,000 Kind Acts, and it's a project that I started in late November, and I wanted to collect 1,000 Kind Acts by midnight Christmas Eve so that I could present this to my grandparents. Had no idea how this was going to work. This was before Facebook, this was anything. So I sent an email out to everybody that I knew and asked them if they would either post a kind act that they had done or post an act that somebody else had done to them that they felt was worthwhile. And we hit our goal. We hit our goal not only in time, we exceeded the goal, and it came from parts all over the world. So friends had passed it on to other friends, et cetera, et cetera. So I stayed up really late, got this first volume of 1,000 Kind Acts ready, and presented it to my grandparents the next day. And just the look on their faces was enough. But when they actually started reading it, that's when it really came down to, you know, the whole point. So I'm in year number 4. This is the 4th year that we've done 1,000 Kind Acts. I've spread it to the YMCA. The poor darn kids have to be kind to people, but that's okay. And we're already at 850 acts today. So I'm pretty excited about it. And, you know, it's more than just a tribute to my grandmother and grandfather. It really does make an impact. It's positive energy being forced, I'm getting the fist, positive energy being collected. And then when you look at those things and you read one kind act, you instantly feel better. So if we have lots of people reading them, lots of people doing them, it makes the world a better place. So I brought some chains. If anybody wants to do a kind act, write down a kind act that you've done or that somebody has done for you and fill this out and get it back to me. I will add it to our list. We'd love to do it. And bottom line, basically it's not just about the kind acts, it's about honoring my grandparents, but ultimately about making the world a little bit better place. So thank you.